Hello, my name is Shania.
Hello, my name's Molly.
And we're from Blackwood School. We're outside of Forest Arts Centre.
When we get inside, we're going to interview the actors, the director and the designer from the new show, The Ramshackle House.
Off we go then.
Who chose the name The Ramshackle House?
That was me, yes.
What gave you the idea to write about a ramshackle house?
I really loved the idea of building a house that looks like it's falling down and having a crazy, weird family living inside it, and how sometimes it's difficult and a bit crazy, and sometimes it's really fun.
How hard is it to make the roof that they perform on?
We had to work quite hard to work out the angles of the roof so that the actors didn't find it too difficult working on a slope.
Why did you call it Ramshackle House?
It's about how sometimes things don't always feel like very steady. Sometimes things feel like they're on shaky ground. So I thought ramshackle was a nice word to describe a show where everybody's kind of tipping and falling over each other.
How long did it take you to learn to do handstands?
So I've been doing handstands for about 4 years now, but it took me about a year to get any good to show people.
Where is the rest of the house?
Well, the rest of the house is inside and in your imagination.
Which is the most difficult part in the play?
I think the whole show is quite difficult. You know, there's only 3 of us on stage and we carry the show for almost an hour.
What's the hardest thing you can do a handstand on?
The hardest thing I've done a handstand on is a wall about twice my height, and I'm 6 foot. So that's probably the highest thing I've done.
And which parts are the hardest on the ropes?
On these thin ropes, not getting tangled, because there's 16 of them and they get really tangled and you get into knots.
Is it hard rehearsing?
Yes, it gets really hard because you get tired from the day and your brain gets a bit slow.
Do you ever get nervous when you act?
Always before we get on stage, and even when I'm on stage, and it's great. It goes from being very scary to something very exciting.
What inspired you to be an acrobat?
I started as a dancer, and then one day I saw a friend of mine doing silks, and she inspired me. I decided to take the dance up in the air.
How long does it take you to make a costume?
It could be anything from one day to maybe a whole week.
Do you like being in a circus?
I love it. It's a lot of hard work and sometimes it's a bit painful, but it's all worth it, especially when we get on stage.
Do you know what ramshackle means?
Ramshackle is a little bit topsy-turvy, a little bit unsafe, a little bit unstable, but ultimately a little bit exciting.
Is the Ramshackle House based on a real story?
As we've been making the show, we've been talking to people and finding things within what they share with us that we can weave into the story.
So do you build it up as you go along?
Totally, yes. We make it up as we go along. And it's really fun to work that way because you discover things that are really surprising and interesting. And if we can surprise ourselves whilst we're in the room, hopefully we'll be able to surprise the audience too.
We've had an amazing time at Forest Arts Centre. They've been practising some amazing tricks.
We can't wait to watch the whole show.
Upswing is very talented. Thank you.